Okay, I think I'm now officially live. I hope. Um. Oh no. Network playback error. Hello. If anybody is out there, if you'll let me know, let me make sure I'm live here. I'd appreciate it. I think I am. Hey, 13, welcome. How you doing, man? So glad you're here. Charles Morley. Hello, Charles Morley. Thank you for the update, live and alive. How are you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well. I'm not sure, Charles, if you've chatted with us before or not. If not, welcome. If so, I apologize for forgetting you. And welcome again. Now I've got dogs all excited because they hear my voice. Sorry, buddy. It's not like that. Not like that, buddy. Anyways, we've got some new... Oh, poo-poo butter. We've got some new weed here today. Finished the cherry pie yesterday. This is some good old-fashioned Gorilla Glue from my local dispensary. Don't remember what its THC content is. It's something decent. Not old, dirty kid. Yo, what it do? Not too much, not old, dirty kid. Welcome, by the way. That is a curious name. Not old, dirty kid. Not an old, dirty kid. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to read it, but I'm fascinated by saying it. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you're here, Charles. Sorry, buddy. There'll be people for you soon. We'll hit up the dabs here soon. Probably about an 45-minute stream or so this evening. Got some plans later today. Actually, wasn't gonna stream today originally, but some free time popped up. I thought, hey, I'll come get high with you before I've got other evening obligations. And I just gained another dog. This one went under my feet, not at my lap. Oh, this is... Let me explain. To explain my incoherence right off the bat, this is immediately following a review of this product, Glowing Buddha. Review probably won't be out for like a month or more, but I just finished this, just did my follow-up review. But not bad, pretty high. So just to give my excuses to some of my poor hosting. Woo! Let's finish this bag out. And then we'll go do a dab. Oh, well, not old dirty kid. I'm glad that you decided to comment, man. I really appreciate you popping in and saying hello, man. Thanks for joining in. And you know what? Because of I appreciate your communal spirit so much, this dab is going to be in your honor. O-N-O-D-K. Oh man, he got his name written down. I don't have it in front of me. The gentleman who told me about the raw garden controversy yesterday. Thank you very much. I've actually was earlier today working on some stuff about a new video about it. It's actually really super interesting. Not in so much the exact specifics of this case, but it is more of a... It'll be a cool video to talk about bigger things with weed, and maybe bigger things in general about naming and convention and assumption and all that fun stuff. So who knows when it'll be out. Charles Morley, yes I am. I am in California. I am located in Long Beach, California, which is in Los Angeles County, the second biggest city in Los Angeles County. Before I moved out here 5 years ago, I really did not understand how Los Angeles County what it really was. I mean, not that I've lived here for 5 years and truly understand it. I mean, it's just too big to understand. But, like, I didn't really get that Los Angeles was not the... It's such a decentralized, spread out thing. And there are, what, 20, 25 cities in Los Angeles County that, depending on where you live, or depending on where the person who is asking you, if somebody asks you, hey, where are you from? If they're within like 100 miles of you, you say where you're actually from. But if they're outside of that range, you just say Los Angeles. I say Long Beach to pretty much definitely anybody from the West Coast. If it's somebody who's asked me where I'm from and they don't know much California geography, for sure, I will just say Los Angeles. Because it's easier. Basically, the only stuff I knew about the city that I live in, Long Beach, before I moved here was the little bits of stuff about Long Beach that had filtered down through pop culture, and that was mostly that it's this like grungy, rundown, kind of rough city, which I guess it did have that reputation for a while. That is no longer the case for a big portion of the city, which is bad for a lot of the people who do live here and have now been displaced. But what a great place, Long Beach. It's a city of nearly 500,000 people that is in the same county as Los Angeles, but is not the city of Los Angeles. It's a totally separate city. It has its own, we have our own mayor and county, but it's just crazy to think that this one city, this one area that we think of as Los Angeles, to some people means also this totally separate city called Long Beach that's like 40 minutes away. Anyways, Philip Baca, welcome. So glad you could join us. How you doing, man? Oh, I promised a dab. I didn't do that, did I? No. To Old Dirty Kid. I don't think I did this dab. Sorry, dog. I didn't mean to roll over you, buddy. Dogs. This one's a border collie, so they should be smarter. Excuse me while I tilt this camera up. Roll this back a bit. Move this mic over. And still hunch. Gonzo Baptist says, long live the beach. Yes, Gonzo Baptist, indeed, long live the beach. I feel like such a piece of shit hypocrite because as a child, I used to just loathe people who said, oh, East Tennessee is the best place in the world. Can't beat East Tennessee. You know, this is perfection. Why move anywhere else when you've already got the majesty of the Smoky Mountains? And I always thought to myself, motherfucker, you've never lived anywhere else. How can you judge on a sample size of one? Often these people haven't even left the county. How the hell can you be so confident that East Tennessee is the best place to live? And I would just always hated that attitude. Sure enough, basically the second place that I've chosen to live as an adult outside of East Tennessee, that and Southern California, Long Beach, it's like, oh, this is the best place in the world to live. Why would you want to live anywhere else? I'm just going to stay here. No, that's probably not true. I probably will move some. I got a little wanderlust, it's true. But that idea of like, oh, shit, this place is amazing. I could just live here forever and not need to question it anymore. It is certainly true for me. Okay, well, we've got our dab here. Welcome, Rick Greenwood. This dab is for our friend Old Dirty Kid. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chatting with us, man. Here we go. This is for you. I'm going to need to clean this glass before tomorrow. Gonzo says, you seem like a Seattle guy. Or a Canadian. Well, thanks. I'll take that Canadian thing as a compliment. Man, I'd love to be a Canuck. Canadians, if you need a layabout loser, I'm your man. I'll take that sweet, sweet citizenship. I don't have many skills, but I do know two words, better than most of your citizens, I suspect, to the lyrics to your national anthem, O Canada. And the lyrics I know are O and Canada. Maple Leaf. YouTube is PoopTube says, yes sir, dab time. Welcome back, PooTube. I forget, PooTube. Last time you joined us, are you and I apologize if I've totally misremembered any of this. Are you a gentleman or a friend from a different handle before who has been rechristened? Either way, welcome back. And Marvin Yazzie says, cheers. Well, welcome, Marvin Yazzie. What a cool name that is. Yazzie. I don't know how you don't just say it all day long. Yazzie, Yazzie, Yazzie. What a mouthfeel. What a word. Philippe says, if you don't cough, you don't get off. That's what I tell my mistress every night. Anyways, not old dirty kid says, if you ain't coughing, you ain't smoking. You know, a lot. I really appreciate that sentiment, guys. Solidarity with the coughing out, the coughers out there. But people really do take offense if you do weed videos where you inhale vapor or smoke, whatever it may be, and you cough. It breaks some kind of internet weed rule. Marvin Yazzie says hash dab time. Oh, Marvin, is that you? Are you doing the hash dab? We have a friend who loves himself some hash rosin. It's his favorite thing. I need to get on the hash rosin train. I'd love to get a rosin press 5 years in the future, if we all are still alive. Gonzo Baptist says, Seattle isn't terrible, isn't anything special, but it's not bad. What do I know about Seattle? America's sort of newest city, America's cleanest city. For a long time, America's most radical city. I don't think I had lost consciousness of this or never had it to begin with, but in the 90s there were a lot of very, very well attended and also moderately riotous protests about like blanket capitalistic things, ideologies and shit in Seattle in the 90s. Like a lot of people smashing Starbucks windows and shit for mostly the message of just like fuck capitalism. A lot of it got quashed because a lot of people were protesting the World Trade Organization, which in the early aughts experienced a bit of a backslide that made people feel sorry for them. My dog brought in their avocado toy. Hey, bitch! Give me that toy, bitch! Hey, bitch! Nerd. Smells like dog. That dog used to be able to, no matter what kind of toy, no matter what kind of guarantee it had, if it had stitching and it had some kind of squeaking device in it, no matter how effusive the promise of the manufacturer is about how resistant this stuff is, this dog would tear it to pieces and find the squeaker and just squeak it incessantly. She's only like a 30-pound border collie mix too. Thankfully, she's getting old and isn't so into squeaking. Thank God. YouTube says, been watching your cart reviews for a few years now. Just started tuning in to lives not too long ago. Keep up the good work, my friend. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Ooh. Excuse me. Gonzo Baptist says, America's Little Canada. And we're more of a Portland thing. Boy, it's really sad what is happening to poor Portland. It doesn't deserve this, I don't think. In a sinister, perverted, shame on me thing, there is, and it's disgusting, and it's, you should clip this and cancel me, but like, there is some part of me that's like, well, maybe the protests will eventually make housing prices even cheaper, and then maybe I'll just move to Portland, retire there. But don't think that way. Think you don't want anything bad to happen to it because there are people there, and wishing bad things to happen to them for monetary gain for yourself, that's not good, man. Shame on me. Anyways, Marvin says, Grease Monkey from 710 Labs, very smooth hash dabs. Ah, okay, Marvin. Well, thank you for that suggestion. The 710 Labs, man, it is about time to try some. Not even necessarily for a review. I mean, they've been around a long time. I've seen their oil forever. Just never tried it. It's more expensive, but it's got its fans. Maybe now's the time, though. Not Fugu, not Fugu, says, love the caution you're taking when discussing this. Portland needs guidance from an outside source. Yeah, well, I don't know what Portland needs. My guess is what Portland needs is just everybody who doesn't live in Portland to leave, and give it some time to breathe. Unfortunately, there are just a lot of people that see Portland as a place to go to because Portland is a place that people have gone to. And people are going there, I'm sure, for both the greatest of intent and the most malignant of intent. But no matter what anybody's intent is, it's just, you're probably not going to add to, if you're I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I don't know. It's all very complicated. Protesting itself is complicated. Rioting itself is complicated. Looting and stealing is complicated. It's shockingly unblack and white. Looting and but there's no reason to talk about this right now. What we need to talk about instead is weed. The Puffco Peak. I've got it loaded up with this crumble right here. I put it in there earlier. So we're gonna put this one out to my boy Marvin. Marvin, it's bumming me out too. We don't need to talk about things that bum us out. Marvin, this Puffco, I think I turned this on right. Let's I am gonna leave it on red. I have actually found that the hotter temperature for this crumble does work better for me. Preheating, about 20 seconds. Marvin, let's talk about something way more less loaded, so to speak. No meaning intended by that word. Let's talk about Dune. Oh, well, I've been talking. I haven't watched the trailer. I'm not a trailer watcher. Excuse me. Marvin, this is for you. All right, that was you for you, Marvin. I'm gonna go refill this bag here, and then let's talk a little Dunage for the tunage. Don't mean no floonage. First of all, watch Dune. Make sure you guys see Dune, because we won't get Dune Part 2 if Warner Brothers doesn't make that money off Dune Part 1. It is only half a story. They have not, this isn't a Harry Potter, a Hunger Games, the Divergent Saga, Insurgent Part 3. This isn't Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 4. They've only shot and put together the first half of the first Dune book. So we need to make sure we watch Dune so we get Part 2. Oh, I filled this up. I can come back to my chair. That's how that works. Brother Dank, welcome. He says, chilling on a wedding cake Delta 8 THC cart. I have a Delta 8 and CBC cart on the way as well. Ooh, Brother Dank, what do you think? We've had some people say that, I've heard that people say that Delta 8 is sort of, kind of an in-between experience between CBD and THC. I'm kind of curious what your experience with it is. Anyways, Dune, first half only, so make sure we watch it. It's gonna be great. I have total faith, total and complete faith. Denis, however you say, I am so sorry. I've learned how to say it a couple times and I always forget. Via Nueve, our French Canadian Lord and Savior of all things thrilling and science fiction-y, is gonna make an amazing Dune movie. Just have faith, trust me. I know it. I know he is. But man, Dune. It's just it. It comes out in theaters in December. I really do hope it comes out in theaters. I really, truly, 100%. We hope everybody gets to see it. Hope we're at that place. It's. If I'm a filmmaker, if I'm Chris Nolan and Tenet's out, I'm just so sad. Like, yeah, it would bum me out the way what has happened. You're so excited that you're going to share this incredible thing you've been working on with people for so long, and instead of everybody going out and seeing it once and having this sort of collective experience, it's going to be this fragmented, weird. Everybody's going to experience this thing kind of piecemeal, and the way the internet works is I have no idea how spoilers are going to work in this new era. Like, so Mulan. Well, no, Mulan's a terrible example. Everybody knows what the fuck happens in Mulan. But, I don't know. Black Widow, the next Marvel movie when it comes out. Okay. let's say it has like a staggered release, kind of the same way as like a Tenet, which could very easily happen. How the fuck is the internet's like extreme rapidity of tolerance acceptance or spoiler tolerance going to work? Like, when only a select portion of the globe will have been able to see anything at a given time, but something is as culturally and significant as like a Marvel movie coming out, you know, in any of the traditional internet-y places, people are talking about things pretty freely by about a month after it comes out, for you know, easily. So I just wonder how that's all going to be affected when, you know, Tenet. Obviously, there are things that people are going to want to spoil there. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't read any spoilers. Thankfully, I've avoided them. I don't really go looking for sure. But, like, yeah, what the fuck are people going to... There have been a lot of people who have seen it already. And it's, you know, the old rules of Chris Nolan movies where, like, you have a couple weeks to see it before everybody's talking about whether or not the top topples over at the end. So, am I going to start seeing, like, Tenet memes in a couple of weeks just everywhere, even though the movie is, like, not actually available for me to watch? We live in a weird world. Anyways, that was a long aside. Brother Dank, I already addressed. Hello. And Andre says, I only have a craft cart. Oh, well, it looks like that's quite funny. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're laughing, Andre, because you're so high. It's just that amusing. Everything's just that wonderful. But welcome. Thanks for joining us. Marvin says, I ordered myself a Volcano. Can't wait to try it out. Ooh, Marvin. I'm so excited for you. I'll do some Volcano for you here. Which one did you go with, Marvin? Did you go with the newfangled one that has the, like, hookah type attachment that you can vape directly off the Volcano itself? Or did you go with the more old-fashioned, like, analog temperature gauge one? The one I have doesn't exist anymore. It was the high-end one when I got it, and now they have a new high-end one and kept the low-end one and discontinued this one. Brother Dank says D8 is everything CBD is supposed to be. Oh, okay, Brother Dank. I've heard people also proclaim it to have some more psychoactive THC effects, but that's more, you know, not the most common experience I've heard people with it. Amateur Beatmaker says, "What up? Where did the name Wheats come from?" Very, very simple answer to that question, Amateur Beatmaker. Good question. Is it's like an amalgam of a bunch of things kind of together. It's like it is an amalgam of the words we eat and also weed. So it's like, because when Wheats first started, we only reviewed edibles. That was the only focus. It was just about different edibles. So it was all about food stuff. So we eat, but then like 2 E's as well, because like weed has 2 E's. So it just happened. Wheats. We eats, but also weed. Weed eats. Cool. Marvin said, oh, Nick Zobel, welcome, Nick Zobel. Sup yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Marvin says, I sold him on the Volcano the last time, and that he got the name, or he got the one with the temperature gauge, not the fancy mouthpiece one. And he says he's also trying to figure out how to get it to dab the flower. I like the idea of having the vapor in the bag and think about taking time dosing as needed. Um, so I know for dabs, Marvin, which I have never actually used my Volcano to use concentrates on. Um, there is you have to buy an extra like conversion thing, like a different kind of filling chamber than it comes with, in order to do concentrates. It's not I don't unless they've added it since. It doesn't come with the ability to do concentrates. You have to buy like a conversion thing for it, which I've never done, but I know people who have and swear by it. So we'll see. Oh, Marvin, I'm curious. Did you order it from Stores and Bickle themselves, like they're from their website, or did you order it from some third-party vendor? Um, but yes, love my Volcano. Love, love, love it. I'm excited. I've got probably about 2 ounces of AVB ready to go to make some new edibles with. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet, but it's about that time. Okay. You do know that there is the attachment. Nick said he bought the Plenty and regrets it. The Plenty, that's the smallest one. That's right, Nick? There's like the Mighty, Crafty, and Plenty are there 3 alternatives. Which, love to Mighty, try that Mighty. What is it about the Plenty that isn't lighting your world on fire, Nick? I'm curious what your qualms are. I have never actually seen, I've never even seen a Plenty in the wild, to be honest. Excuse me for just a moment here. Oh, well, that still didn't work. But, ba-boom. Okay, well, it might be time for our next dab. And then I've got to go before too much longer, but love hanging out as much time as I can here. Amateur Beatmaker says, I was kind of freaking out the other day on edibles, and I thought I was going to get a heart attack, and every burp, I thought I was going to throw up. Amateur Beatmaker, ooh, I am sorry to hear that, man. That sounds terrible. Sounds positively like you had a greening out experience, nearly. How much, do you remember, Amateur Beatmaker, how much of an edible you did? Like what approximate dosage you took? And I know there's, for some people, that even relatively small amounts of edibles, we're talking 5 or less milligrams of THC. I've known people where that can get them in that state where edibles, they just metabolize them differently. Again, sorry you had to experience, man. That sounds awful. What up, Andrew Silva? So glad you could join us, man. How have you been since yesterday? Anything interesting or cool happening in your life? Oh, dude, Amateur Beatmaker, that does sound terrible, man. Trying to think if you have CBD around. A lot of people do swear by the mellow it out with CBD remedy. Never really had to go down that route, but I know a lot of folks that do that, so maybe have some CBD on hand in the future, in case something goes down like that again. You can at least have something to try. Hello, Stephanie, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. So glad that you could join us. I think we all here happy to say we're happy to have you back. Nick says, in reference to his Plenty of qualms, it's the second biggest. Oh, the Plenty is this. I thought that was the Mighty. Oh, maybe I've got it backwards. I could. He says it's like it has the same bowl as the Volcano, but that it's hard to draw. Oh, well, that does suck, and makes me reconsider future purchases. Um, and maybe I'm just thinking of the wrong thing. I thought the biggest like portable one they had was called the Mighty. I thought it was like the Crafty and the Mighty. I don't know. You can tell I've been on their site about 8 weeks ago. Churbum says, "What's good, Wheats?" Well, Churbum, not too much. What's good with you? Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Anybody with the last name Bum is an honored guest. So it was was it one of the mini cookies that has 100 milligrams in it, or one 10 milligram mini cookie? Because that will answer a lot in terms of your tolerance. Um, Too high to lift your phone to watch South Park. That is a world of high that I've never visited, and a sad one at that. I can imagine the tragedy of like your phone's there, you know that the soothing voices of the fifth graders, are they now fifth graders at South Park? Did that happen like 15 years ago or something? Um, and you could go but you're too high to even lift the phone to hear Butters' soothing childlike voice. Well, not childlike, he is a child. Man, the Simpsons gets lauded endlessly, as they deserve for their endless production, 30 years or whatever. I think people forget or don't realize how old South Park is too. I don't remember what it's on. It's on this like 20th something season. I mean, The Simpsons had only been around for. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure like Simpsons was probably having its absolute heyday or had just peaked when South Park launched, and that was eons ago now. It's astounding when I stop and think about how long South Park had been on. It came out when I think I was in 5th grade,